hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. I love you, little bunny. I love you no matter how your week is going, whether it's the best week you have ever had. I'm here for it. I love it. I'm right here with you, cheering you on, celebrating with you. And if you had the worst week of your entire life, little bunny, I'm right here, cheering you on still, holding you just as tight as ever. I love you. You never have to impress me. No matter how things are going, I'm always 100% in your corner, little bunny. I'm always with you, always supporting you, always wishing you the best, always doing everything I can, little bunny. Everything I can to get you to smile. Not smile for me, little bunny. Not put on a smile. But to hold your heart in just the right way. Give your heart a little kiss, a little rub of warmth, squeeze you tight, so that you couldn't help but smile. That's what I'm after, little bunny. I want to help you find those warm, warm, warm feelings inside. Sometimes it's easy on a good week. Sometimes it's hard on a bad week. Sometimes it's even hard on a normal week. Maybe you had a week that was just kind of, you know. You had a week that was just, Well, let this be the best part of our weeks, little bunny. I love this time with you. It's really special. It's sacred even. Sacred time together. Oh, speaking of sacred, I had more than one bunny this past week tell me that. They said, don't be mad, but I have found religion in my life. I'm going to church, etc. I'm sorry if I gave the impression that I would be mad about that. Not the case at all, little bunny. I want you to lead your own life and find what brings you happiness, find what seems true and right to you. I'm not anti-religious. I just am not capable of believing supernatural things. It's just kind of a sciencey part of my brain that I guess I'm not just able to be religious, even if I tried. So there's zero judgments, little bunny. In fact, there is encouragement, especially encouragement if you can find a community, if you can find healing, if it can boost you up. And I guess my only other potential reservation is make sure you don't get manipulated. Yeah. There are some people out there, religious or not, that they don't really want you to lead your life. They want you to lead the life that they get a kick out of making you lead. Maybe that even reminds you of an ex. Does an ex pop to mind? Someone who didn't really want your happiness, but wanted you to mold to their happiness. Manipulation, little bunny. I'm really, really against it. Really, really against it. So I hope to never, ever, 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 ever even influence you. Really. I just want to support you. So I support anything that makes you happy, little bunny. Everything that gives your life purpose. Everything that, I don't know. I just want the best for you, little bunny. I want you to have the greatest, greatest life. I get so excited thinking about just the image of you being joyful and jumping up with a grin, bouncing up and down. I want that so much for you, little bunny. I want you so much bouncing up and down with joy. Oh man, Alyssa Liu is still making the rounds. If you don't know who that is, that's the women's Olympic figure skater who won the gold in free skating. check out her routines, at least the ones that just happened. There was the one where she got the gold medal, and then there was the exhibition, which was just the party afterward. And both are just marvelous to watch. She's got that energy of, she's there to experience emotions. And there's a cost, right, to super happy emotions. There's times when our emotions are up. There's times when our emotions are down, and you, a little bunny, if you are an especially emotional person, you say, Daddy, I experience such lows. It's just like, fuck, it sucks to be me. It's just like a roller coaster, or it's like being locked outside in the rain. It's okay to feel strong emotions, little bunny. In some ways, it's desirable and preferable. It's beautiful. This might surprise you, but I'm a rather emotionless person. Does that surprise you? I'm just incredibly steady and stable. So maybe that's part of why I'm drawn to you, little bunny, is that I can experience emotion with you. I can be a ground for you. And you can zip up and down and left and right and up and down and through the air and under the water, and enclosed in a cave and springing free through the meadow and the bright sunshine. I'm here for all of it, little bunny. So if you feel strong emotion, sometimes you might feel like it's a curse. There's a real potential upside there, little bunny. That you can feel the greatest joy, more great joy than I will ever get to experience. Yeah, maybe this is all me manipulating you, little bunny, because my emotions are so flat that maybe I will never experience true elation, true profound joy. Maybe I'm secretly trying to make you really happy and joyful so I can live vicariously. Maybe, I don't know. What even is the garden, little bunny? We're just making it up as we go. We enjoy each other's company, you and me. You and I, we. Oh, man. So I just corrected myself to you and I instead of you and me. As far as you and I is we, and you and me is us. I have been reading, hold on. I have been reading for the locked section of the garden. That's the Patreon, which is ages 18 to 800 only. The locked audio this week is a snow day audio. It was a blizzard here in New York this past week. And I thought it perfectly fitting to make a snow day audio. So I had spent a whole day indoors. I think I went out to the corner to get a little bit of food from the corner store. But I spent most of it recording for you. And I decided, I was like, what should I do? Should I just ramble while it's snowing outside? That's a thought. But I decided to pull something off my shelf. I have always wanted to read to you, little bunny. And I've only gotten to do it a little bit because I like respecting copyright as much as I can. So I can't very well pull off the latest book from the past 10 years and start reading to you. I do sometimes read you my own stuff. But I had on my shelf. It's crazy how I got this, little bunny. There was this crazy New Yorker thing that I went to a few years ago where, I can't even tell you, but I ended up trading a Pokemon card for a book with a stranger. And the stranger wrote a little note to me saying thank you. And it was Mark Twain's The Prince and the Pauper. Do you know that book? The plot is we're back in time of Henry VIII, which, when was Henry VIII, little bunny? Pop quiz. Yes, exactly, that's right. So we're back in the year of Henry VIII that I definitely know. And there is a kid who grows up in the poorest part of London. And the term is a pauper. It's like a peasant. It's a term that I guess fell out of favor. So the pauper meets a prince. And they end up accidentally trading places. And so the pauper becomes an actual prince, and the prince becomes an actual pauper. And hilarity ensues. So it's written, even though it's written in 18 something, the style of speaking is this. It's actually fake medieval, essentially. Is it medieval or Renaissance? I think it's medieval. I don't know. So I've been reading all this. But dost thou not? Tweren't thou not so? Wert, you get, I can't even do it. So I am all prim and proper over here, little bunny. So now I gotta make sure we say, you and I, we, you and me, us. So that's the locked audio. Oh my God, little bunny. Topic of the episode ties in to what happened next with the locked audio. And it ties into Alyssa Lou. It's all coming together. We're weaving it all together, little bunny. I finished maybe 30 minutes of reading The Prince and the Pauper. Got a few chapters in. I was kind of thinking, I was like, I've done this kind of audio before, I think, where it's just a nice, cozy hangout. But for the Patreon, I always want to mix it up as much as I can. I love having it be just totally random and different every week. To always do something I've never done before, unless it's a specifically requested sequel. We've got probably 100 of these locked audios now. To Alyssa Lou now. #1 women's ice skater in the world. How do you become the #1 women's ice skater in the world, little bunny pop quiz? That's right, little bunny. You are simply born talented and you don't have to work or practice at all. That's correct. Or is it, little bunny? The real answer, if you're interested in this Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers, it's great for this. In that book, there is the famous 10,000 hours rule. Have you heard of this? You might have heard of this. The theory is that to become truly great at something, to become a master at it, pretty much a necessity is to simply put in the hours. Doesn't matter how much you read about the thing or how much you prepare to do the thing. Doesn't matter how much talent you believe you're born with. I guess all those help, but you have to put in the hours. 10,000 hours, let's total it up real quick. So let's take Alyssa Lou, for instance. Okay, she's 20. Let's say she started ice skating at, I don't know, like 6 or something like that. How many hours a week do you think she practiced? Probably like, was it 8 hours a day maybe? Let's say 8 hours a day, that's 40 hours a week. 40 hours a week, let's say 50 weeks in a year. That's 2,000 hours, is it? Is that right? So 5 years doing 40-hour weeks till you really master something. Let me make sure that's right. Check it with me, little bunny, check it with me. 40 hours a week times 50 weeks in a year is 2,000. 2,000 times 5 years is 10,000 hours. Okay? So starting at age 6 or so, Alyssa Liu around age 11, watch me get that math wrong at the end, at age 11 has hit her 10,000 hours. There's other examples are violinists and things and pianists. It doesn't have to be that you started young, right? You can start to learn right now, little bunny. Maybe you're 46 years old, okay, and you want to take up salsa dancing. You can freaking become amazing at salsa dancing, little bunny, at the age of 46. You don't have to say, oh, if only I had started when I was 30. And then at 30, you say, if only I had started when I was 20. And at 20, you say, if only I had started as I was 10, right? And 40 hours a week is a lot to commit to, but this is the key, little bunny. You don't have to hit the 10,000 hours rapidly. You have to commit to it and do it steady. Slow and steady wins the race, you know, the tortoise and the hare. So let's say, little bunny, let's do another example. Let's say you've always wanted to draw. This is something I'm going to start doing, little bunny. I have to start learning how to draw for the startup. Let's say I want to practice drawing. If I do 3 hours a week, how long does it take for me to get to 10,000 hours? If I'm really diligent about 3 hours a week. 3 times 50 is 150 hours per year. Uh-oh, little bunny. Uh-oh. How long does it take to go? Is it really just 150? Wow, I guess it is. How long does it take to go from 150 hours per year to get to 10,000? Oh, God. I guess it's just, 10 years will get you to 1,500, right? And then, oh my God, I'm blanking so hard. Why did I do math on the episode on the fly? Okay, we can do this. Get to 10,000. How much does 150 go into 1,000? Let's see, 150, 300, 600. 900, I think like 6 2/3. You're like, Daddy, please stop doing math. Please, you're begging me. Please stop doing math. What are we at? Was it 6 2/3? I don't know what the fuck. 3 hours is not enough per week, little bunny, or it's going to take forever. It's going to take 50 years, let's say. If I can do, okay, you get it. The more you do the thing, little bunny, the better you will get, and you just have to put in the hours. So I say this, little bunny, because if you've been frustrated, let's say you saw the ice skating routine that I mentioned, and you're like, hell yeah, I'm going to go ice skating. And if you go and you are so bad, little bunny, let's say you go figure skating because you saw the Olympics and you're so psyched, you want to try that, you want to go skate, it looks so much fun. You go to the ice skating rink, and let's say you are just bad, little bunny. You're like kind of slipping and falling on your butt, or you're hanging onto the wall and you're kind of like shuffling forward as though you're in a retirement home with a walker, and you're shuffling along holding the wall of the ice rink. Or maybe you can manage to get going, but then you can't stop, and you're like, and you have to ram yourself into the wall to stop. I caution you, little bunny, from letting your brain jump to the false conclusion that you just don't have what it takes. False, wrong, little bunny. You're at hour 3 out of 10,000. And you don't have to commit 40 hours a week to it. You know, but the more you do stuff, the more you put in the hours, you'll get there. You will get there. Even if you do 3 hours a week, that's fine. But I think once you hit around 10 hours a week, this 10 is an easy number. Can we redeem ourselves? Okay, 10 hours per week. 50 weeks in a year, 500 hours per year, 20 years. Fuck, I hope that was right. Yes. Okay. At 10 hours a week, which is a serious commitment, but not undoable for something that you really want to be good at. Right? That's just 2 hours a day after work, if you get it in the schedule, or before work, right? You want to, well, whatever, you get it. I was going to say you want to run a marathon. I don't think it takes 10,000 hours to run to train to the point of running a marathon. But maybe, I don't know, maybe you just have to get 1,000 hours of running under your belt to be ready for the marathon. Maybe you wake up every day, little bunny, do an hour before work every day, hour-long run. You wouldn't believe how good at running you could get. So let's say you want to learn guitar. Say you want to learn to draw. Say you want to learn salsa dancing. Let's say you want to learn outdoor survival skills. That could be a thing. If you do every weekend, you do like a hardcore 10-hour-a-day session. Yeah. You go drop yourself in the middle of the woods. You'll build up to that. Maybe you'll start your own YouTube channel. That could be another thing, little bunny. Maybe you've wanted to become a content creator of some kind. Maybe you have wanted to write a book. Got to put in the hours. Got to put in the hours, little bunny. There's no way around it. And I tell you, because I know your brain is going to try and play this trick on you. Your brain is so good at playing this trick. It tries to tell you, oh, I'm just not good enough. Oh, if only I had started sooner. Oh, if only this or that had aligned correctly for my life. Only then would I have been able to do the thing. I'm susceptible to these traps, little bunny. You're susceptible to these traps. Everybody is susceptible to these traps. That's why you need someone, either me or someone else, to cheer you on and say, little bunny, you are totally capable. Because you are. You really are capable, little bunny. Just got to put in the hours. What if, little bunny, the hours is about starting something social? What if you want to create a community of your own of some kind? What if you want to start putting on events of whatever kind? Events that interest you. If there's some kind of event that you say, oh, I wish this kind of event existed near me. Could even be spicy stuff, little bunny. What if you start throwing spicy events? Yeah. None of these communities or events start from nothing. You gotta throw the first one. You gotta meet people. You gotta make friends. You gotta start to introduce friends to other friends. You gotta host game nights. You gotta do whatever. I don't know. This is something that I've got to start doing, little bunny. I have been totally neglecting my own social circle in my in-person life. Oh, I didn't even tell you perhaps why I've been neglecting it. Is because this is not why I've been neglecting it. But what I want to be spending my hours doing, little bunny, what I'm trying to crank up my hours doing, if you total up how much time I spend talking to you, little bunny, how much time I spend talking to you like this. Podcast is an hour a week or so, a little less. Locked audio. The amount of time it takes to record those is almost always longer than the length of them. But let's say it's another 1 hour talking into the microphone. And then TikTok stuff, Instagram. 30 minutes talking into the microphone to get something I like. It's only 2.5 hours of talking to you, little bunny. So back to the locked audio, reading The Prince and the Pauper, little bunny. And I was thinking, damn. Because I was thinking of Alyssa Liu and how good she is at figure skating. It's like, damn, I'm not putting enough hours into talking to you, little bunny. That's right. I want to talk to you way the fuck more. So get excited, little bunny. So what I did is, for this locked audio, I was just going to read, let's get 45 minutes of reading, call it a day, post the audio. I decided that I'm just going to read the whole book, little bunny. And so over the past 2 days that I've been able to record, I've been going for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. Thankfully, I have the time carved out for it. Of course, it's very hard when all sorts of things in life are vying for your time, often because they're necessary. Whether it's family or work that has long hours or multiple jobs, various things, or you have some kind of health thing that takes a lot of your time. But I managed to say, I'm going to turn my phone the fuck off today, put it on top of the bookshelf in the farthest place from me. And then I sat down with Prince and the Pauper, and just today, little bunny, the whole day I was just recording and recording and recording. I guess I spoiled the surprise, but the locked audio is going to end up being about 10 hours long. I think around there. So, yeah. Locked audio this week is The Prince and the Pauper audiobook. Super rough, unedited, all mistakes in there, and little commentaries along the way. I think, oh my God, I've been listening to more audiobooks, and some of them are so bad, little bunny. The majority of audiobooks, they're so goddamn bad. The narration is so bad, little bunny. It's so bad. And I really should be out of the habit of disparaging people who are doing creative things. That's marvelous. That's wonderful. It's not really them that's the issue, but it's like there's this kind of fake. I swear they're not even reading. They're not even reading. Let me find The Prince and the Pauper. I'll demonstrate. Okay, hold on. I have to find the book. I'll be right back. It was by my feet this whole time. Oops. Okay. I'm going to roast audiobook narrators. You ready? Okay, this is right now, as I left off, we're at chapter 17. I'll just read the first bit. I haven't read this yet. Okay. I'm going to do it the fake way first. Or not the fake way, the way that real audiobooks do it. Miles Hendon hurried along toward the Southwark end of the bridge, keeping a sharp lookout for the persons he sought, and hoping and expecting to overtake them presently. He was disappointed in this, however. By asking questions, he was enabled to track them part of the way through Southwark, then all traces ceased, and he was perplexed as to how to proceed. Right? How many audiobooks have you heard that are like that? Hopefully as few as possible. Here's how I would do it and how I do it in the locked audio. Oh God, now the pressure's on. Shit. Miles Hendon hurried along toward the Southwark end of the bridge, keeping a sharp lookout for the persons he sought, and hoping and expecting to overtake them presently. He was disappointed in this, however. By asking questions, he was enabled to track them part of the way through Southwark. Then all traces ceased, and he was perplexed as to how to proceed. Still, he continued his efforts as best he could during the rest of the day. Nightfall found him leg weary, half famished, and his desire as far from accomplishment as ever. So he supposed, so he supped, as in suppered, at the Tabard Inn and went to bed, resolved to make an early start in the morning and give the town an exhaustive search. So much better, right? Hopefully. Ideally, you have even a better understanding the second time you read, but I swear there's audiobooks where it's like they're looking at only one word at a time and their mind is elsewhere. They're thinking about something else entirely. And they're just, it's like if you look up the word in the dictionary and say just, like you could cut up the dictionary for these people and have them read it and it would sound the same in a nonsense order as when they read the book. Oh, it's so bad. So, yeah, I kind of want to do more of this stuff. Actually, you know what? This is crazy. So I actually do have an audiobook on Audible. I have a couple actually. Wait, I have one novelette on Audible, and then I have my audiobook. That one's free on Patreon. A Year of Love and Ligature. It's a sexy adventure, anime-esque audiobook. So for Audible, you can self-publish on Audible, but your words have to match exactly the text of the same thing published on Kindle. So you can't have this kind of casual, you can't make quips about what's going on. So sometimes when I'm reading in my version of it, I'll be like, oh shit, little bunny, I can't believe that happened. What do you think's going to happen next, little bunny? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so to reiterate, what's happening right now is da-da-da is da-da-da, and da-da-da is da-da-da, but we don't know yet. Who is this? Let's keep reading. Stuff like that, you know? So, unfortunately, I can't post stuff like that on Audible, I don't think. But I might do more of this. I might read more audiobooks, and I'll do public domain. And the main reason, little bunny, is just because I want to spend more time talking to you. I want to be a master at being Daddy Lindy. I need to spend maximum hours being Daddy Lindy, to be the master Daddy Lindy, to be the best Daddy Lindy there ever was. What a great aspiration. How can I do that as quickly as possible? I'm thinking I will do Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Do you know what he wrote? He wrote The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. I think that's what it's called. So I might read Sherlock Holmes. It's tricky. I'm not really good at reading. I mean, Mark Twain is pretty casual audiences, but it was written when? More than 100 years ago. So it's kind of tough for me to make it sound naturally. Okay, let's read the biography of Mark Twain in the beginning here. Should we do it in fake? Let's do it in fake audio narrator voice. In fact, the Audible tagline is, "This is Audible." It's like, what? How is this so bad? And you're supposed to be the professionals at this. Okay. Mark Twain, born Samuel Longhorn Clements in 1835, led one of the most exciting and adventuresome lives, whatever. Okay, let's read it in normal ways. Little bunny. Mark Twain, born Samuel Longhorn Clements in 1835, led one of the most exciting and adventuresome of literary lives. Raised in the river town of Hannibal, Missouri. Shout out to Hannibal, Missouri, little bunny. Twain had to leave school at age 12 to seek work. He was by the way, the lights are so dim right now, I can barely read. Okay, here we go. He was successively a journeyman printer, a steamboat pilot, a half-hearted Confederate soldier, for a few weeks, and a prospector, miner, and reporter in the Western Territories. His experiences furnished him with a wide knowledge of humanity, as well as with the perfect grasp of local customs and speech that manifests itself so well in his writing. With the publication in 1865 of The Celebrated Jumping Frog of Calaveras County, Twain gained national attention as a frontier humorist, and the best-selling Innocents Abroad solidified his fame. But it wasn't until Life on the Mississippi in 1883, and finally The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in 1884, that he was recognized by the literary establishment as one of the greatest writers America would ever produce. Twain wrote The Prince and the Pauper in 1882. More math. How many years ago was that? Ready? Right now it's 2026. Fuck. Okay. 1882. As an entertainment for his two... I'm putting you on the spot, little bunny. That was for you to answer. You were to answer how long ago 1882 is. As an entertainer for his two little daughters, Susie and Clara. Those good-mannered and agreeable children, as he described them in his buoyant dedication of this book, its theme of switching identities appears again and again in his writings, from the playful posturings of Huck Finn to the disastrous exchange of babies in Pudd'nhead Wilson. Toward the end of his life, plagued by personal tragedy and financial failure, Mark Twain grew more and more pessimistic, an outlook not alleviated by his natural skepticism and sarcasm. Though his fame continued to grow, Yale and Oxford awarded him honorary degrees. He spent his last years in gloom and exasperation. He died in Reading, Connecticut in 1910. Poor guy. It's crazy. He ended in financial ruin despite having so many hit. Maybe he was bad with money. Maybe he got scammed. Fucking scammers, little bunny. If you have ever been scammed, don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. They are the fucking worst. Don't get too mad, Daddy. It goes in with manipulation again. I think manipulation is the most vile thing a person can do. The absolute most fucking vile thing someone can do. To scam someone, to manipulate them out of their money and put them potentially in financial ruin. Like, fuck you, seriously. Fortunately, I've not been extremely scammed before. But it drives me crazy. And I forgive you, little bunny. I 100% forgive you. You don't even need forgiveness if you were scammed, okay? It's not your fault. They are incredible at what they do. They are expert manipulators. They're professional manipulators. Scammers. And so be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Even though you have thoughts of, oh, I should have known better, blah, 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 blah. You're up against a pro, little bunny. Those scammers, there are some 10,000-hour scammers out there. And you better believe that they've seen it all and they know exactly how to handle any situation. There are some people who that's the skill that they choose to do, to put the hours into. Yeah. Where do you put your hours, little bunny? How much of your hours are scrolling stupidly on your phone? It sounded accusatory. I'm mostly accusing me. Any kind of negativity there will let me back up. When I said scroll stupidly on your phone, with that I said stupidly. I was reflecting about me, little bunny, and how I am not happy with hours that I have spent scrolling away. And it's like, well, where the hell did the time go? It's time I could have been spent reading you The Prince and the Pauper. So that's why today the phone was off, top of the bookshelf, all the way across the apartment. And it was just you and me. And it was great, and I can't wait to continue it. Cannot wait to continue it. In fact, I probably... question is, after we're done with this wonderful time together for this little podcast episode, question is, do I get back into it? Keep reading some more? I think I will. I'm a lazy, lazy person, little bunny. I am the laziest person you know. I am so goddamn lazy. I'm so lazy, little bunny. But I'm really good at following through on my promises. So I'm good at fucking myself over and promising something like reading you the entire Prince and the Pauper for a random weekly locked audio. And then I have to follow through, right? There's no way I can't. So as lazy as I am, I'm even better at showing up for you. I will always, always show up for you, little bunny. You are worth showing up for. You are worth showing up for, little bunny. I don't like most people, but I do like you. I do like you a lot. You're really sweet. You're really precious. How do I know, little bunny? Because you're still here. Because you're still here despite me being me. You say, oh my God, this man is so charming. To that I say, little bunny, I'm just charming to the right people. And you are the right people, little bunny. You're the right person. I love you very, very much. I will always, always be here for you. The garden will never disappear. I will never disappear. And you can count on it. And if you don't believe me, that's okay. Wait and find out. It's fine for you to be in suspense. It's natural if you don't believe someone when they say they'll be there. I don't believe most people when they say they'll be there forever. I just don't. So how would you know? How could you know when I say I'll be here forever? How could you really know? Well, little bunny, just between you and me, 0% chance you'll lose me. 0. Got it. I will always, always be here for you. You've got me forever. I promise, I promise, I promise. Well, I guess we'll call it there, little bunny. I guess we'll call it there. I will wake up tomorrow morning and write you a poem, as I always do. Let me take a sip of my beverage that I had. I have my little coconut pineapple seltzer that I made with my, oh, you hear that? Psst. With my soda maker. So good. So good. So good. Okay. I don't even have a reading light over here. I may have to go to a different room. All right. Back at it, little bunny. I'll talk to you in just a moment. You'll hear me tomorrow morning. I love you. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. I slept very well. Thank you for asking. That's a lie. I had caffeine late. It took me a while to fall asleep, but eventually I did. And then I slept very well. Thank you for asking. I've got a little poem for you. If I can find it, here we go. It goes like this. How special to spend time with you, little bunny. So special I aspire to triple our hours and triple the water and sun to our garden. so it blooms with triple the flowers. Have a great, great week, little bunny. Phone away. Go put in the hours on something you want to get good at. Or even something you want to build, whether it's friendships, a beautiful social circle, whatever you want in life, little bunny, put in the hours, okay? I'm turning this off and getting back to reading you a book. Take care, little bunny. I love you. I love you. I love you.